peace. Happy new day, making sure the mat is right where we need it to be. Happy new day, making sure the mat is right where we need it to be. Happy new day. This is day 3 of Into the Sun, where we have been using Sun Salutations to be our whole morning practice. So we're going to start with breath work first, and then stand up and move into our Sun Salutations. So this morning I'm feeling a transition into some other breath work. So instead of the 4-8 breath, let's do oscillating nostril breathing. We breathe in through the right nostril and then out through the left, in through the left, out through the right. So take your hands like this. Cover your left nostril. Inhale deeply for 4. Switch, cover the right nostril, exhale through the left. Now inhale for 4. And then cover the left nostril, exhale through the right. That's it. Inhale for 4. Cover the right nostril, exhale for 4. Inhale for 4. Cover the left nostril, exhale for 4. Let's do this a couple more times. Inhale. Cover and exhale. Inhale for 4. Cover and exhale. Inhale. Cover and exhale. Inhale for 4. Cover and exhale. So take a moment to just sit, allowing your breath to come back to normal. When we do that oscillating nostril breath, it balances our body. Your right nostril is for energy, your left nostril is for relaxation. So you can breathe, you can cover up your left nostril and consistently breathe out of the right if you need to energize yourself, or cover the right and breathe out of the left if you need some calm. All right, so let's get moving. Let's come onto all fours. Open up the spine, and we're gonna use some movements to send us up to standing. So let's round the spine. Inhale to drop the belly. Round the spine and drop the belly. One more time. Move at your own breath, meaning as your natural breath is moving in and out of your body, you move with it. All right, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, bend right foot and then left foot. Breathing here, pressing through the fingers. We're already activating so much in our body just by doing this. All right, let's walk one footprint at a time to the top of the mat. Enjoy a forward fold. Maybe you clasp the elbows. Bend the knees just a little bit so we're not locking them out. Maybe you find some movement. And then shift your weight onto the heels. Slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, raise the arms up. And exhale, bring your hands down into mountain pose. So the last couple of days have been part of an introduction, a warm-up to Sun Salutations, getting us in the flow. Today we are going to do a straight flow of Sun Salutations. Hopefully you're ready for it. Hopefully you've been watching the other lives that we've been doing together. And if you've missed them, they are up on YouTube. But we're going to go straight into some Sun Salutations. We're going to try to do 10. All right, 10 Sun Salutations, and then we are done. But just the movement of Sun Salutations does get a little heated, so go grab some water if you think you need it, all right? And come back on and we'll get started. So standing at the top of the mat, let's take a moment, opening the palms. Just be here. Don't worry about where are my shoulders okay, are my hips okay, my feet. Just be. All right, just stand. Breathe in deeply. And exhale fully. Let's begin. Inhale, raise your arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms. Come down to your knees. Lower the chest. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, send the hips up and back through all fours. Walk to the top of your mat. And roll up to standing. Reach your arms overhead. Exhale, hands by our sides. So as we move through these first couple, we'll do the modified, then move to the full expression of the postures as our body warms up. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, release. Bend the knees, plant the palms. Come down to all fours. And let's lower the body down. Inhale, lift the heart. Notice I'm not cranking my neck back when I do this. And exhale, press into your hands, tuck the toes, send the hips up and back. Walk to the top of your mat, one footprint at a time. We're using the sun salutation and the modifications to slowly open the body up. Bend the knees, roll the spine up. Arms come overhead. And exhale, hands down by your sides. Keep going. Inhale to reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift your heart. And let's release all the way down. All the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Inhale, lift the heart. Come through all fours and then send your hips up and back. Inhale, walk to the top of your mat. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, slowly start to roll up. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands come down. All right, this is our fifth and final one using our modifications. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, release. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step back to all fours. Lowering the knees first, and then we lower ourselves all the way down. Inhale, lift the heart. Your navel, for the most part, is still on the mat. Your elbows are tucked by your sides, pressing into your hands. Then exhale, press up onto your knees, tuck the toes, send the hips back. Inhale, walk to the top of your mat. And fold. Bend your knees, slowly roll up. Inhale, arms come up overhead. And exhale, palms down. Take a moment in mountain pose. Notice the energy, the heat that might be going through your body from our first 5 sun salutations. We're going to do 5 more. This time, we're doing the full expression of the pose. So we're doing our push-up positions. We're pushing into upward facing dog. And if all these terms, you don't understand these terms, that's fine. We're just gonna move through it and you can follow what we do, yeah? So stand at the top of your mat, inhale, raise up the arms, and exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, coming into a flat back, and exhale, fold. All right, here we go. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step back to push up position. All right, and from here, slowly lower, but not all the way to the floor. When you get about an inch off, press your toes, scoot your heart forward, and then come up. So my hips are still on the ground. I'm pressing into my arms as much as is available without hurting my lower back. And then we got Yuka's booty in the camera. Tuck your toes, send the hips up and back. This time, inhale, lunge, left leg lunge forward, and then stand. Step to the top of your mat. Okay, slowly roll up. Inhale, raise the arms. And exhale, hands down by your sides. This time, taking that expression of the pose a step further, hands down by your sides. This time, taking that expression of the pose a step further. That's what I gotta deal with. Look at his little face. Watch out, mama. Ain't nobody playing with you. Let's get back to our sun salutations. All right, so sorry about that. Like I said, we're gonna do an even more full expression of the pose instead of rounding the spine up. Instead of rounding the spine up, this time we're going to come up with a flat back. So let's go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. We're on number 6, by the way. We're only doing 10 today. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step back to plank, elbows strong. Tuck them by your ribs and graze your ribs as you go down. Inhale, shift forward. Come up. Exhale, send the hips up and back. Inhale, left leg lunge forward. Step to the top of your mat, forward fold. This time, straight arms, lift all the way up. And now we bring our arms to the center. 3 more of these. Inhale, raise the arms. Nice fluid movement through our sun salutations. Exhale to fold. Inhale to lift the heart. And exhale, fold. All right, step back into push-up. Lower yourself down. Inhale, bring your heart forward. Lift up. And then send the hips up and back. Step to the top of your mat. And if you want to float to the top of your mat, you have a handstand in your practice, you could do all that. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, arms down. 2 more. Make them good. Inhale, raise the arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Notice I'm not crunching the neck. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step yourself back. There we go. And lower. Inhale to lift the heart. And exhale, send the hips up and back. Step to the top of your mat and fold. Inhale, lift the arms, which lifts the heart. And exhale, hands down. This is our last one. This time, make it like a dance and see if you can take your eyes away from the screen and move on your own, all right? But move through it. If you get stuck on a part, that's fine. Just pick back up. All right, so full expression of the pose, however you want to do it. All right, inhale, reach your arms up. And we fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Come down to your plank and move through your chaturanga. Inhale, heart comes up and hips go up and back. Step to the top of the mat and forward fold. Make your way to standing however you want to. Whew. And we'll bring the hands down. All right, let's come down to the mat. Let's not waste this sun salutation. I always like to get a little something in at the end. And right now I'm feeling the thighs. All right, so let's come down into a low lunge. Bring your right foot forward. Bring that left knee onto the ground. So from here, come up onto your hands. Try to balance. And then also, instead of rounding the spine, tuck your tailbone under, like you're trying to like hide your booty a little bit, and that will elongate this muscle here, kind of groin, a little bit of the inner thigh maybe, and the top of the thigh. All right, let's inhale for 4. First 4, 8 breath all session. Exhale for 8. Bring the hands down, shift back, extend the front leg. Inhale to lift the heart, and exhale, release. Inhale to shift forward, back to all 4s. This time just switch legs. Left leg comes up, keeping that back knee on the ground. Bring your hands to your knee, and instead of rounding the spine, we tuck. I'm going to turn this way a little bit so you can tell. Instead of rounding the spine, we tuck the spine under. So kind of just exaggerating this rounded motion with our lower back, if that makes sense. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 8. Bring the palms down, extend the left leg. Inhale deeply and fold. Inhale, come up, shift back to your lunge. Let's come down to all 4s. And let's sit down and finish out our breath. So that wasn't a lot this morning, but it was intense. Doing 10 sun salutations, even though 5 of them were modified, can be a lot, depending on where you are in your journey. All right, so let's get back to our oscillating nostril breath. If you're just joining, that's in for 4. Out for 4, in for 4, out for 4. Hands like this, cover the left nostril, inhale for 4. Switch and exhale. Inhale 4. Switch, exhale. That's 1 cycle. Let's do 2 more. Inhale 4. Switch and exhale. Also, we're inhaling deeply, but not forcefully. You should barely hear the oxygen coming in and out of your nose. Inhale 4. Switch, exhale. Last cycle of breath. Inhale 4. Switch and exhale. Inhale for 4. Switch and exhale. All right, let's take a beat. Notice how we feel. Hopefully warm. Hopefully a bit more centered or grounded or present. And let's end our session with our internal massage. Once again, thank you, Kanisha, for showing us this. It's been fantastic. So we're going to inhale deeply, cover the ears, and hum. We'll do this 3 times. Ready? So inhale deeply, cover, and begin. Inhale deeply, cover, and hum. Last one, inhale deeply, cover, and hum. Let's bring our hands to our heart, whatever that means to you. And give gratitude for yourself for showing up to the mat, for showing up to this session. Half the work is just getting to the mat, y'all. It really is. Just changing out of your clothes to put on something comfortable and get on the ground. Half of the work is getting to the mat. But once you're here, the only thing to do is to go through it. Right? With that, let's bring our hands to our forehead. and bow each other out of our session. But keep your yoga practice with you, because you can do that throughout the rest of your day. All right? So everything that we learn on the mat is always transferable into life. Once again, we do this live. I'm not going to say every morning. I'm not going to hold that over myself, but we do this live. If you don't have the space to do this throughout your week at this time, or just between like 7 and 11 in the morning, go to our YouTube. Nucultur on YouTube has all of the recordings from Into the Sun, which is the session that we're doing right now. But if you also want something a bit more gentle, or want to just check out any of the other sessions, Intuitive Flow is also still up on Nucultur YouTube channel before that goes away and goes to our paid members community on Patreon. So love and light to y'all, and I'll see you the next morning on the mat. Peace.